Yeah, we in here. What's up? What's good? What's popping? What's cracking? What's percolating? What is really good in the hood? It is your man Theo Butler, and welcome to. Hopefully, it's sunny where you at, because it's raining. It's raining. It's just this day. This day is raining. That's all I'm saying. It's raining. But hopefully, where you are having a sunny day. I'm gonna say that because if you're breathing, if you're able to see the video, it's a beautiful day. But hopefully, where you're at, it's sunny. Did y'all watch the Super Bowl yesterday? Oh man. daughter was my daughter was watching the Super Bowl yesterday. Her and her mother were pulling. My daughter, that's 22. Her and her mother were pulling for the San Francisco 49ers. My brother D Real was pulling for the Kansas City Chiefs. I touched my nose and D, I'm rocking with you. Keep the peace. Right. That way, because the Steelers wasn't playing yesterday, but so if you're a Kansas City Chief fan, congratulations on your team's victory yesterday. Y'all did the doggone thing. And if you're a San Francisco 49er fan, hey, you did all right yesterday, but you did have a lot of injuries. You did have some penalties yesterday. I believe had you got that touchdown, I want to say in the instead of getting 3 at the end of the game, you probably win it. But hey, is what it is. It was a good game, and I think that's what we want more than anything else. But y'all see the video for the day, though. Ronnie is in the building. Ronnie's in the building. Y'all see the video for the day. And first of all, well, y'all see the title for the video. There's a reason for the video. There's a reason for the title. This is my way of trying to speak strength into my fellow recasters, fellow Black Panther fan group members, fellow Rock With Me Nation members, just wanting to speak some strength. What was it? I'm just going to go down memory lane here. Like I said, this is my speaking strength to us. Sometimes I feel, and I feel the need for this is because of still what I'm seeing on social media. I've divested myself of it. I'm not going to get caught up in it. you got that one on your own. What's going on, Afro? What's going on? What's going on? I wanted to address, who am I, right, to address? Recast, the Child of Black Panther fan group, and Rock With Me Nation. I wanted to address us. See if I could give us some strength. Because I think sometimes we lose sight of stuff, get tunnel vision. Recast the Child, what's that for? What I would like to think that it just ain't having the character on the screen. Why do we want the character recast? I think that's a better question. Why is it so important that that character be recast? Why is it so important to some that that character be front and center? Got a second question. Why would people be opposed to that image? Why is that image so important to some? And why would some be opposed to such an image? This is a participation. It's a rhetorical question for me, but it is a participation question, and it says a lot. It's gonna say a lot. So basically, this is me trying to make sure we how you feeling, because I know what was alluded to, and I like to think that we all, if we're recasters, we all, for the by and large, are in agreement as to why that character needs to be recast. Like I said, I know we disagree about a lot of stuff. I think we, if you like the character, I think by and large, you're in agreement in regards to why that character is significant. Right? Black excellence, respect, honor, integrity. King. I know we've talked about that a lot on social media lately, but it's still pertinent. King, things of that nature. He embodies all that. That's why it was so important for him to be seen. He's the embodiment of Black royalty, Black positivity, like however you want to look at it. That's what that is. The same reason so many people wanted him recast the character, it's the same reason why some people don't want that out there. Because of how the character might influence folks. How the character might cause some people to conduct themselves. How the character might influence some folks to see themselves as more than as opposed to less than. That was it. Well, let me ask you a question. I was praying last night. I was praying last night. And I was talking to my father. Your father is your father, and I'm not telling you my father better than your father. That ain't what this is. When prayer is personal, it's spiritual, and it's personal, and you're supposed to gain strength from it. You're supposed to gain some knowledge from it. You're supposed to gain some wisdom from it. So how you pray, getting that wisdom, getting that knowledge, that's all Theo-B care about. Well, I had an honest conversation with myself last night. Because I don't believe in giving people outside of me too much power. See, if you give people outside of you, you get entities outside of you too much power, you allow those entities, those people to have sway over you, control over you, if you will. I don't like that. I don't like that. So every now and then I like to pull back into myself and do some deep reflecting. Why do we want the character recast again? Anybody on this live besides me a Chadwick Boseman fan? Studied the man, what his principles were? I'm asking the question. And this gonna sound crazy, but if you're rocking with me today, you watch this video, this is a good video. This is a good video. And I'm not saying it because I'm the one that's doing it. I'm saying it because it's the message that I'm about to deliver in the video. Do you need T'Challa for you to conduct yourself like T'Challa? See, that's what the fear was. Go back to Derek Boseman, Urban Faith, December 8th. The fear was how you would conduct yourself after watching that character. How you would be positively influenced after watching that character. How you would start moving as a person, man, woman, once you saw that character. Okay, well, I saw him. I saw him. I did. Live action. You gave him to me. Okay. I read about him in the comic books. Do I need Marvel Entertainment, Marvel Studios to put T'Challa on the screen ever again for me to conduct myself like an honorable Black person? For me to conduct myself like a king? Do I need it? I got a taste. You can still buy that DVD if you want to. If it's so much about the man, Chadwick Boseman, and how he conduct himself, well, if you want the qualities of T'Challa, 21 Bridges, Message from the King, Draft Day, '42. '42. Oh, get on up, because James Brown did take care of his people. James Brown did take care of his people. So the qualities of T'Challa that you like, Chadwick Boseman, and you like Chadwick Boseman. Can't nobody else play the character besides Chadwick Boseman. Hey, how you feel? How you feel? Well, the best qualities of T'Challa have been spread out throughout Chadwick Boseman's acting career in the various movies that he's played in, which is what got him the job of T'Challa. See, they saw T'Challa in him. They Marvel Studios, they saw the qualities of T'Challa before we saw Black Panther, before it hit the big screen, right? They saw the qualities of T'Challa in a living, breathing human being. They want less of that, not more of that. Those who have an issue with the character, they don't want more people conducting themselves like, and think about what Chadwick Boseman did. Just think about what, so let me see. You got more people getting ready to find out where they from. You got more people getting ready to go learn their African heritage and the African language. You got more of that getting ready to come. You got more brothers and sisters finna start walking around here doing interviews talking about why Black folks can't have the same opportunities that white folks had in Ocean's 11. No, we can't have that. Hell no. You want to be equal. Well, Chadwick Boseman is not a fictional character. He just happens to embody similar qualities of that fictional character. I'm going somewhere with this one. I'm gonna keep up. Ronnie, hey, Mr. Theo, for me, the reason that T'Challa should be recast is because of the positive image that the character portrays on the screen. I agree with that. My question is this: what's wrong with us being that image right here, right now, today? See, I like to take that power away. I tell people, I said, I can go in my office and have my Black Panther Wakanda feel all day, every day, twice on Sunday. It was a reason why I was saying that. I'm not dependent. I'm not reliant on the MCU to give me, watch this, a false God. I'm not reliant on the MCU for that. For the imagery, for the representation, for the character. You know how people keep telling you that Chadwick Boseman was the real king of Wakanda? Okay, you saying that, you don't want me acting like that though. You saying that as a way to keep the character from being recast. What you really don't want is you really don't want for me to embrace that mentality. You don't want a whole bunch of Chadwick Bosemans walking around. That ain't what you want. Not if you say he's the embodiment of T'Challa. That ain't what you want, because you don't want T'Challa on the screen. You're afraid of T'Challa's influence. Ask yourself a question. If you're a Black Panther fan and you understand what that image represents, do you need that image for you to conduct yourself a certain way? This some good coffee. Hot though, but it's good. I ain't saying, I'm just saying, like, you know, hey, I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking questions. I could be wrong. Top messages. Let me go to all messages. I could be wrong. I'm just asking questions. Because if you grown, right? You grown. You know how to act. And when I say you know how to act, you know, you act like you be impersonating somebody. Okay, well, you like the character. You like the qualities of the character. You're not exuding them, or you need more of the character on screen. Because see, that's the fear. We need T'Challa recast. That's the fear. That's the desire. We need T'Challa recast because of bop, 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 bop. Okay, well, as an adult, are you putting into practice bop, 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 bop? Because that's what they were afraid of. You putting into practice what T'Challa puts into practice. You conducting yourself like T'Challa conducts himself. You conducting yourself like the Dora Milaje conducting himself. You conducting yourself. No, I can't, because the nation of Wakanda in the MCU weak as hell. So no, we're not even doing that. But and they had to make it weak as hell. That was the thing. They had to go above and beyond to dumb down Wakanda. Water balloons that mysteriously flood an inland nation from an underwater civilization, an unknown illness that takes out somebody who has a heart-shaped herb from the land in their system. And what has man made better than God? Boy, look. So man can make a better heart-shaped herb than God? That's crazy, because when we're looking at it, the heart-shaped herb was literally blessed by Bass. Who is Shooty the Bass? And really, Bass let her son go without putting up any fight whatsoever. See, I'm a Black Panther fan. I'm a Black Panther fan. And me being knowledgeable, well, ain't T'Challa knowledgeable? We talk about that all the time. Okay, well, if T'Challa is your guy, one of his qualities is watch this, he's just as smart as the smartest man in the MCU. I said it, because the smartest man in the MCU only sees T'Challa as an intellectual peer. Well, if I like T'Challa, that means that Gerald Theophilus Butler needs to be smart as a whip. But I'm not the only T'Challa Black Panther fan, though, am I? No, I'm not. This is some good coffee. This is some great coffee. So, Theo, what are you saying? What I'm saying to you is the very reason that we say we need T'Challa on the big screen, and the very reason we're saying they didn't want T'Challa on the big screen, we're supposed to personify those reasons. We're supposed to personify those reasons. And if we're Black Panther fans, more, if you're a Chadwick Boseman fan, then you cannot have we can't let the actor's performance nor the character's last, if that's what it's going to be, we can't let the actor's performance nor the character's portrayal go to waste. Let me say that one more time. We can't let the actor's portrayal of the character and the character's live action presentation go to waste. No, we got to move accordingly. As I tell my wife all the time, people looking at you all the time, give them something to look at. Give them something to look at. Well, if the fear was that if you believe, see this the thing now. If you believe, if you're a Black person, African American, African, colored, POC, if you believe they took him off the screen because of what he meant to a people, then you owe it to yourself and your people to make that fear a reality, that concern a reality. Better yet, watch this one. Make that dream a reality. You got the comic books. You got the comic books. You got the Blu-rays, you got the DVDs. You got the artwork. You got the stories. We can all conduct ourselves like T'Challa in the real world. As comic fan, I support Concrete Comics, Unique Comics, Godhood Comics, Great African Comics, created high quality. Let me get to that. Yeah. Thank you so much for that, Afro. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, watch this. I like this. If you're moving like T'Challa and you conducting like T'Challa, are you now not the one with the influence as opposed to the one being influenced? Because T'Challa has a lot of influence, right? Right. Okay. Well, what you want? You say you want Black Panther in the comics and everything like that. Okay. Well, I don't think T'Challa is just the type of character. If T'Challa was real, I don't think T'Challa would just sit around and complain. I don't. You read them comics just like I do. Do he present himself as somebody that would just sit around and complain? Or does he have a reputation as the most dangerous man alive? He got a reputation as the most dangerous man alive because he's going to form a plan that's going to guarantee his success. Well, I'm a Black Panther fan. I don't know what to tell you. I'm a Black Panther fan. I'm a T'Challa fan. I'm going to say I have studied Chadwick Boseman. Ain't none of that about complaining. Don't none of that involve complaining. All of that is about action. All of that is about conducting yourself a certain type of way. Now that's true. I gotta conduct myself a certain type of way. T'Challa got a problem with you, he pulling up. From what I've learned about Chadwick Boseman, he ain't gonna go to the media to talk about you. Okay, well, the brother Derek is a man of God, faith. Well, and T'Challa is a man of faith. He is. He is. Okay, well, when do I act like I done lost as T'Challa? And when do I act like I give a damn about the next man that don't give a damn about me as T'Challa? When? Who I'm caring for that don't care about Wakanda? Who am I concerned? And do I really see anybody as a threat to Wakanda? Now, that's a fictional nation. But we do have real nations, and I'm a Chuck D fan. I'm gonna say that. I'm a Chuck D fan. Y'all know what rap group he was with back in the day? Figure it out. I don't know how to move like I'm afraid of some stuff though. This is what I'm saying. I don't know how to move like that. So let me get up. Let me see. We need to get T'Challa back on the big screen so we can start. See how you keep saying we need to, and that's what folks keep praying for. No, Ronnie, you don't need T'Challa on the big screen. There was a rapper that did a rap song dedicated to T'Challa a couple of years ago. Can't remember his name. E-Man showed it on his video channel. Beautiful rap video. Beautiful. Beautiful video. Anybody watch the movie Malcolm X? There you go. I saw PE in London with metal band Anthrax. That's what I'm talking about. Anybody see the movie Malcolm X with Denzel Washington? I'm going somewhere with this one. I'm going somewhere with it. Because see, I refuse to let my folks think that see, I'm not the one that's gonna keep telling you to wait. See that I We've talked about that in my culture, my society, my ethnic group for a long time, waiting on somebody to come. Waiting. It's crazy because what I'm getting ready to say to you right now is low-key what was said in the book. That book, what you waiting for when you supposed to exude those qualities yourself? Buddy already came down here and according to that book, died for your sins. So what you waiting for? You waiting for him for you to act right? You supposed to be able to act right without him being here. Okay. Black Panther. You need the image on the big screen before you start conducting yourself a certain type of way. In the movie Malcolm X with Denzel Washington, when it got to the end of the movie, it was beautiful. I actually suggested it for whoever decides to do another Black Panther rap video. You don't remember the end of the movie? Malcolm is gone. But do you remember the end of the movie when they had children saying, I am Malcolm X? See, that message was for those children to exude the qualities of Malcolm X with Malcolm not being here. You were supposed to study his teachings and learn from him so that you could go forth and be more like him without him being. Malcolm laid the groundwork now. He did the research. He put the work in. If Malcolm X is your guy and you're not conducting yourself like Malcolm X, that ain't his fault. He put the work in. Okay. Now watch this. If you believe that Malcolm was taken out because of the fact of how he was conducting himself and they were afraid of his influence should have still spread without him being here. Because if you are, watch this, student of the game, I love that. That's a great name, by the way. Student of the game, then Malcolm's legacy lives on throughout you. Well, you got the comics. You got the action figures. You got the knowledge. You studied the character and you studied the actor. The knowledge that they were afraid you were going to get, you got it. The exposure that they were afraid you were going to get, you got it. The examples that they were afraid for you to see, you saw. What's the problem? What's the problem? If T'Challa is your guy, you shouldn't have a problem with not one. And I'm saying this, watch where I go with it. You shouldn't have a problem with not one member of the LGBTQ+ at all. His best friend is a member of the LGBTQ+. The Dora Milaje battle instructor is a member of the LGBT. You should be good. You shouldn't have nothing derogatory to say about the LGBTQ+ at all. You, as a Black Panther fan, you shouldn't have nothing negative, derogatory to say about women, period. Because far as you know, far as you're concerned, women are equals. Women are some of the fiercest warriors when it comes to your character. So you should have no issues with women. You shouldn't be on not one video bashing women. Not one. Not one. You should be able to do exactly what T'Challa does. You should be able to do elicit, give, provide constructive criticism. You should be up front and forward, because the only person by and large that T'Challa ain't up front and forward with is anyone he considers to be a potential enemy. It is a brilliant movie. I like it. I you got me convinced that the dark skinned brother was the light skinned brother. Like I don't know how y'all got me to go along with that one. I saw it though. I saw that whole daggone movie. Yes, I've seen the movie Malcolm X, and it's one of my favorite. Listen, Denzel put his foot in it. Denzel put his foot in it. So you want T'Challa recast? I want him recast too. I do. But I would like for us to think about why we want him recast. I think that's fair. Why do we want him recast? Now, like I said, that's a rhetorical question. But aren't we able as human beings to put those qualities that we admire from the character into play? Real life. Because if you think about what has been said, what you've been saying, what you've been reading, that's what the concern was, that more brothers and sisters would conduct themselves like that. Well, do you need this dude to hit the big screen again for you to make that fantasy an actuality? Do we need him to hit the big screen again to make that real? I know I talk comic books and everything like that, but I also love people. I especially love my people. Well, do you need that? Do you need it to the point where you're willing to keep going back and forth every day, bashing each other, dealing with trolls, when truth be told, that's not why Chadwick Boseman put on that costume, man. Come on. That's not why that role meant so much. That's wasted energy. You read them stories just like I do. How the driver threw the comic book in the back seat and say, hey, that's your next role? What you think that was for? Beefing or making sacrifices? Attacking folks or moving the needle? When Chadwick Boseman sat up there on that, doing that, I forget, the Sirius XM radio, what you think that was for? When he talked about those two boys that weren't going, do you think that was for people to be going back and forth, bashing each other on social media? Arguing about meaningless points, meaningless talking points? No. It was about what that character meant to people. The significance of that character. The qualities of that character. Well, if you know those qualities, do you need that character up on the big screen again? You want him on the big screen. But that character not being on the big screen is no excuse for us as a people, as fans, not conducting ourselves a certain type of way. No, we're supposed to, out of respect for the character and honor of the actor. That's what that's supposed to be. If you say you like the character, there should be a shift in tone on social media right after you watch this video. There should be a shift in tone. There should be a shift in conduct. There should be a shift in how you deal with conflict. Also, there should be a complete and utter 180-degree turn. So you want him, you like him, you love him. I'm not telling you not to. I feel a certain type of way about the character myself. But there's more to just liking the character. We're not just saying T'Challa is our favorite comic book character. No, we're actually saying people are doing something with this character for a reason. Well, if you believe that, then it's up to you. It's incumbent upon you to go out there and actively combat it, to actively go out there and demonstrate those qualities that people say they don't want to see. Complaining ain't it. Because I don't know T'Challa to be a complainer. I know T'Challa as a problem solver to be the most dangerous man alive. I don't think he got that reputation as a fictional character by sitting around complaining. I don't think that's how that. No. He would formulate a plan. More often than not, it was going to hurt you way more than it was going to hurt him. And that's how that went. Well, we say we Black Panther fans. We say we T'Challa fans. Some of us even say we're fans of the late great actor who portrayed him, Chadwick Boseman. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Aside from, if you studied T'Challa enough, you should know how to move. Study. It says study. If you read enough Black Panther stories, you should know how to conduct yourself, right? Because we can be influenced by the Migos, right? No shade to the Migos. Some of us can be influenced by Usher, right? So, and that's his state. That's a character, right? I don't think that's who he is in real life. Just like the Migos. Some of us influenced by Beyonce, right? Beyonce said to the left, everything he owned, and some women did what? Broke up with their man based off of what Beyonce was saying, even though Beyonce's still married with a couple of children to the same. Okay, right. So we can be moved. Like, I don't want to do that part. I don't want to act like that. So we can be in, okay, well, I'm just asking, you Black Panther your favorite character? Right. You didn't read up on him? Yeah, okay. And far as you're concerned, folks don't want that image on the screen because of what it elicits from Black folks. Right. Okay. Will be the real life representation of that. Be the walking, talking example of that. Because watch this. Ronnie, I can't just say I'm not gonna recast Ronnie and let that be it. See, that's where I'm going. See, I can't just take Ronnie off the screen. No, Ronnie lives in Ronnie walking. Ronnie is real. Ronnie is real. Ronnie is real. I can't just tell people I'm not gonna put Ronnie on Disney Plus. No, Ronnie real. Same thing with Afro. Afro real. You real. What you mean talking about you not recasting him? That dude real. we see him every day. He interact with people every day. That's how that is. So that's my point. Think about what Derek said. Folks were afraid of what he represented. Folks were afraid of that type of imagery. Go back to what he said. See us as kings and queens. See us as victims. Say, see. Understand that sentence. See. How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a victim? Well, if all you doing is complaining, yeah, you do see yourself as a victim. Logically speaking, if all you're doing is complaining, yeah, you do see yourself as a victim. Because somebody always messing with you. Well, I don't think that's what that's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be a victim as a Black Panther fan. Low key, you're not supposed to be a victim from Africa. You're supposed to be a soldier. You're supposed to be a warrior. Warriors don't complain. Soldiers don't complain. Kings and queens don't complain. No, we strategize, we handle business, and that's it. Well, ain't T'Challa a king? I heard on social media last week about whether, and y'all saw me do lives in regards to this, is Black Panther coming to an end with issue 10? That was the question. Is Black Panther coming to an end with issue 10? And what was the talking point? Oh, her run has been so slow. Well, that's what I saw on Comic Geeks. That's what it is. It's coming to an end. Every speculation in your window. You know what that is? That's complaining. That's complaining. Who asked Eve Ewing? She right there on social media. Who asked her? See, that's what a soldier gonna do. Man, I'm not gonna go complain. I'm gonna go find out. CB Sobolski is right there, and I'm gonna say this where I'm coming from it with. I did a live yesterday. I talked about CB Sobolski at length. I even put tweets on Twitter in regards to CB Sobolski being the editor-in-chief. How many people added CB Sobolski? How many people asked CB Sobolski was Eve Ewing's run coming to an end with issue 11? How many people asked CB Sobolski whether or not Brian Hill's run was coming to an end at issue 4? Or is it just better to sit back on social media, itch, gripe, moan, and complain? I said itch because I got to watch my language. Is that what it is? That's not T'Challa-ish. To sit back, itch, gripe, moan, and complain. That's not Black Panther-ish. That's not Wakanda-ish. That's not Chadwick Boseman-ish. How many people added CB Sobolski yesterday? That professed the film. Good afternoon, all. Malcolm X was a great film. I like the portrayal in Godfather of Harlem. See, yep. So that's my question. Now, I being an only child, I ain't never being an only child, being an undersized outside linebacker. I ain't never had it in me to just sit back. Being a Marine, being a father, being a husband, I ain't never had it where I could just sit back and complain and not go solve some stuff. Like, nah, you better get up. And as an only child, who was I looking at behind me that was gonna solve it? No, it's you. Okay. Well, what y'all want me to say? I was too disappointed in yesterday because I'm looking at a bunch of us grown men. I'm not going to talk about the sisters like this. I'm not. Because most of the Black Panther fans that I'm interacting with, Black men. I'm so ashamed. Black men, because we're not African, right? We're not African. We're not African American. Black men who would rather sit and, first of all, I know what I do during the day, but I'm sitting up here like, but damn, you got a lot of time to sit on social media and go back and forth. And that's what it is. Going back and forth with other Black men. You Black Panther fans, you Recast T'Challa fans, you T'Challa fans, that Chadwick Boseman fan, you know that's crazy as hell for Black men to be going after each other with all that out there. Because I don't think that's the quality of T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman, Black. I don't think that's the qualities of it. But CB Sobolski sitting right there. He's the editor-in-chief. Where was the sense of urgency yesterday to go ask CB Sobolski what was going on with our two favorite titles? Similar to the sense of urgency we had last week. You know what it makes me feel like? We'd rather just sit back and complain. Because I went to CB Sobolski's page. Because I understand some folks that added CB Sobolski might not have had my name tagged in it. Ain't nobody holler at that dude. Either A, folks that's got Black Panther concerns ain't holler at him, or he deleted every last tweet. Which one we think is more feasible? Which one we think is more feasible? Which one we think is more feasible? And then I'm asked the question: Do you really care? Do you really care? Do you really care? Because he right there. Now watch this. I added him yesterday. I added him yesterday. I ain't got no response. But you know who I'm not finna add? Somebody from Recast T'Challa. You know who I'm not finna add? I'm not finna add anybody from the Black Panther fan group. You know who I'm not finna add? Somebody from the Rock With Me Nation. You know who I'm not finna talk to in regards to this character. As far as whether or not the issue's being canceled, I'm not finna talk to somebody that don't work for Marvel. I'm not finna talk to you about whether or not it's being, because you know what I know, nothing. You gonna ask me if I think. I don't know. I ain't got nothing in black and white saying that that's what that is. And you don't either. I ain't in no race to be first. I want to be accurate. I don't care about, well, I got to announce this first. No. That said, if I ain't that what reporters do? Ain't that what journalists do? Hey, what's going on over here? Hey, Theo Butler. I ain't saying, I'm just saying news. We heard that there's rumor, speculation, and innuendo that Eve Ewing's run on Black Panther is coming to an end at issue 10. Do you have any information on that, Mr. Sapolsky? Yeah, I'm not Fox News. I don't believe in making up news. I believe in asking questions and I believe in asking tough questions to get the tough answers that superhero fans deserve. Black Panther. I believe in asking the hard-nosed questions. Hey, what's going on with issue 11? I don't want to talk to Buckmeister. I like him. I don't want to talk to him. He don't know. He don't work for Marvel. I like my brother D Real. He don't work for Marvel. I don't want to talk to him. I like Black Comic Lord. I don't want to talk to them. They don't work for Marvel. No. I want to get the information from the source so I can come back and tell Recast T'Challa. Well, Theo Butler with Recast T'Challa. I ain't saying, I'm just saying news. We just got the word straight from Mr. C.B. Sapolsky. This is exactly what they're. Then take it up with him. Go holler at him. If it's getting canceled, now you know who to go talk to. If it's not being canceled, you got it straight from the horse's mouth. What we asking anybody else for? Who we mad at? You don't want it canceled? mheroes@marvel.com. Okay to print. That's all I know to tell you. You got a gripe. You got a concern. Because that's what T'Challa would do. T'Challa not finna sit around and complain all day. And he ain't finna talk to nobody that can't do nothing about it. You know how I know that? This is some good coffee, by the way. Because I'm a Black Panther fan. I'm a Black Panther fan. I'm a Black Panther fan. So I know he's not gonna do that. And watch this. If I got the Doras with me, they bout it. Good. If I got the Doras and the Hatu, well, it's the whole folks. They too short to talk. They don't want to talk. They want to act. Ain't that what Shorty want to do right now in Ultimate Black Panther? She don't want to talk. She want to act. Okay, well. Black Panther has become an iconic superhero, just black. He's the only black superhero that non-comic. And I thank you so much for that, Mr. Paul Martin. Thank you so much. And I don't need justification from somebody that don't like T'Challa that he all that in the bag of chips. I don't give a damn who think T'Challa is a C-list character. You can't tell me nothing. As far as I'm concerned, he A-list. A-list. And watch this. I don't even care to go back and forth with comic book fans because, and this is no arrogance, no hubris, it's just my experience. There have been way too many times where I've had a conversation with a comic book fan who thought they knew more than me for whatever reason, just for me to embarrass them. And that's regardless of the character we're talking about. Now, mind you, I'm going to go ahead and say this like Theo Wiseau. Mind you, more often than not, the characters we were talking about didn't look like me. So if I know more than you do about your favorite character, I know dadgum good and well I know more about my character than you do. Thus, I'm not in and care more. See, that's the whole thing. I care more about my character too. I'm not finna go back and forth with somebody who don't know, don't care. With T'Challa, see, we got to stop saying recast T'Challa if we not, this me, it's my own personal opinion. Let me not, because I'm not the end all say all. To me, it makes you look foolish to keep talking about recast T'Challa, how significant this character is when you're not going to exude those qualities your damn self. What are you talking for? What are you talking for? If you're not going to conduct yourself a certain type of way that's consistent with the character, if you're not going to conduct yourself a certain type of way that's consistent with the actor, what are you talking for? Because you're not even gonna do what you fighting for. That's the thing. You're not gonna live up to the standards that you're fighting for. So if you're not, why are you fighting for them? You're not gonna demonstrate the qualities you want from a fictional character. So why are you fighting so hard for them? That makes no sense. What the concern was is us as people being living, breathing embodiments of T'Challa. That's what the concern was. Well, if you know that's what the concern was, which is why you keep talking about Black imagery, Black representation, then why, by and large, are we not exemplifying that? That's a fair question, because that's what the fear was, that by and large, we started conducting ourselves a certain type of way. That was in 2020. It's 2024. And guess what? Because 2023 moved fast, it'll be 2025 before you know it. Do you need to see it on screen for you to display it? The fear is of you displaying it. The fear is of you possessing those qualities. The desire is for us to exemplify those qualities. The desire is for us to display. That's the desire and the fear. Where we at? The desire and the fear are the same thing. Where we at? They say when you know better, you're supposed to do better. Okay, well, the desire and the fear are the same thing. That we would exemplify those qualities, that we would display those qualities. Okay. What you need to display those qualities? What do you need? What do you need to exemplify those qualities? Because if that's what the fear was, that's why I said this discussion. If that's what the fear was, that we will start to exemplify and display those qualities, okay. What if that's what it is, if that's the fear, and if that's the goal, what we waiting on? What's the back and forth for? What we complaining about? I don't know. Like I said, I ain't but 5 feet and a half, so for me to have a long conversation, I would have to be at least 6 feet tall. That ain't what that is. So, and I don't believe in complaining, because the guy that I like don't complain. You know who does complain a lot? Namor complains about some stuff. Namor complain about stuff all the time. He do. Namor complains about some stuff. Carol Danvers, she does a lot of complaining. Steve don't really complain. Steve sees something, Steve call it out, Steve go handle his business. T'Challa sees something. Now, he might not call it out because he like moving in secrecy, but he sees something, he definitely not complaining. I take care of it. Matter of fact, watch this. I can say that about quite a few people in Wakanda. Hunter like, don't worry about it. Hunter ain't even gonna call attention to it. He just gonna go handle it. Shorty is the one that's gonna tell you one time, get out my face. She'll tell you, Shorty is the only one that's gonna say something to you, and even then, she only gonna say it once. Okay, so where we at? That's if you're a Black Panther fan. You're a Black Panther fan, you know all that just like I do. I ain't saying nothing that surprise you. You know all that already. Okay, so do I need to see them again? Because I know that nonsense in Black Panther 2 wasn't it. I'm just asking questions. Do you need the imagery and the representation to conduct yourself like that? Because if you need it, then that's why you're being stalled out. They feel like you still need it. They feel like we need it. They feel like we won't make a move. They feel like we will not conduct ourselves like that because they're keeping the image from us. They're preventing us from seeing the image. Thus, we're stuck in neutral. No, I ain't even talking like that to my people. Stuck in neutral. No, you're not the one driving this car for it to be stuck in neutral. I don't need that. I'm OG with it. I go back to the 60s and 70s with it. When you say Black Panther, that's duality to me. It ain't just a comic book when you say that. So you say that to me, then to do the king in Africa, I'm feeling some type of way now. You got me feeling some type of way. And then, because I didn't read the stories with Don McGregor, and I didn't read all them authors, the supremacists and everything like that. What my dog D-Real say, the Soul Strangler. I didn't read them stories. I'm feeling pretty good about myself. So you afraid of the image? I look at the image every time I look in the mirror. You afraid of the representation? I look at the representation every time I look in the mirror. It's some qualities here. Oh, so this how T'Challa conduct himself. Oh, okay. So you say this what Chadwick Boseman did, researching and everything like that. Less emotion, more logic. Oh, okay. Well, you done gave me the recipe. I don't need you. You need me, as in my time, my attention, and my money. You need me to garner support for you. That's what you need. You need me to tell my people, as a credible Black Panther expert, you need me to encourage my people to come spend some money with you. That's what you need. I don't need nothing from you because I got everything. I don't need not one more comic book to come out to talk about T'Challa. I don't need one more comic book to come out to talk about the legacy of this character. I don't need one more comic book to come out to tell you about how significant this character is. I don't need another comic book to come out to be able to explain to you and exemplify and demonstrate how poignant this character. I don't need it, and the character don't need it either. You know who do need it though? See, need, want. Almost 56 years on God's green earth, I've been experienced to T'Challa enough, Black Panther enough, Wakanda enough. I don't need Marvel Comics nor the Marvel Cinematic Universe for nothing when it comes to conducting myself like the character and or the actor who portrayed him. I don't need anything from Marvel. Marvel needs something from me. Marvel needs something from you. Marvel needs something from us. But if you're a Black Panther fan, you're a T'Challa fan, you're a Wakanda fan, you're a Chadwick Boseman fan, you don't need anything from Marvel in regards to the image. You don't need anything from Marvel in regards to the representation. You are the living, breathing embodiment of Black imagery and Black representation. And that's what they're afraid of. Well, give them something to be concerned about. What's going on? My mentor, Mr. Ray Smith, is in the building. Give him something to talk about. Walk it like you talk it. That's what Eve was trying to say. You don't need to sit on the throne to conduct yourself like a king. You don't need to have the crown to be a king. When LeBron James was making it do what they did. You didn't see no crown. They just set that thing right there. You didn't see no crown. He was acknowledged. What does your wrestling fan? What does Roman Reigns say when he does bother to show up on SmackDown on Friday night? Right? He comes into town. He walks down the aisle, goes into the ring, grabs the microphone, and whatever city he's in, what does he say? Acknowledge me. Do you see him walking around with a crown? He got a belt. That's the champion. No, he say he the head of the table. He the main man. He the king. Well, you don't need anybody to tell you that you matter. You don't need anybody to tell you that this character matters. The character, as far as I'm concerned, has done his job. The actor who portrayed the character has done his job. The character has made it to the big screen. The actor portrayed the character in an honorable fashion, studied the character. Well, the baton has been handed off. It is 2024. We talk about Black imagery. We talk about Black representation, and we keep looking outside of us for it. No, we're it. And that is what they're afraid of. If you believe they're afraid of something, and you believe there's a they and that they are afraid of something, well, that's what they are afraid of. You conducting yourself like a king and queen, regardless of whether you got the title or not. That's what the fear is. Well, that should also be the goal. Whether I talk to you or not, whether I rock with you or not. I don't think you need the crown to be considered a king. Whether you like me or not, you don't need a crown to be considered a queen. You just need to exemplify those qualities that they're afraid to put on the big screen. Bars. Listen, that's my time. I'm out. If I had to leave you with one thing, and I didn't say this earlier because I know it's going to be considered it's going to be considered when I say it. Some people are going to take it out of context. Some people are going to get pissed off about it. But I hope you understand what I mean when I say it. You keep asking about T'Challa being recast, T'Challa being recast, T'Challa being recast. What if I told you that T'Challa has already been recast? What if I told you they've already found the perfect person to play the role of T'Challa? What if I told you that? Now, what would you do if I told you to go look in the mirror? Remember when I said earlier about a song, the movie, Malcolm X, how everybody at the end, around at the end, kids, I am Malcolm X. Well, if you exude those qualities, if you display those qualities, Chadwick Boseman, T'Challa, we've already gotten T'Challa recast. And that was the most important recast we could have got, was you. Because we see you every day. And you can be an influence every day. I met my upstairs neighbors yesterday. She got 2 boys. I went upstairs and knocked on his door for one reason. But I am a Black Panther fan. I am a fan of T'Challa. I have studied Chadwick Boseman. So that interaction went just like how it was supposed to go. It did. He's got 2 sons. I told him about the YouTube page. Boys are young boys. Came back downstairs, went in the office, saying to God, this what I do. It's what I do. I love what I do. I went in the office. I grabbed 2 posters, went back upstairs, knocked on the door. Wife came to the door this time. Greeted her. Handed her the 2 posters, one for each son. Know why? That's what T'Challa would have did. That's what Chadwick Boseman would have did. 2 boys, Black. They play, having fun. Not teenagers yet. Well, takes a village to raise kids, right? As a man, you're supposed to conduct yourself a certain type of way. Husband, father, leader. Black Panther fan, Chadwick Boseman fan. Well, there's a right way and a wrong way. Listen, that's my time. I'm out. I hope y'all appreciated this. This really video wasn't really supposed to be any about a right or wrong. It really was about instilling strength. You are T'Challa. That's what the fear was. The fear was that you would see yourself as T'Challa. Well, I'm not going to speak from fear. See, the desire was also that it wasn't just the fear. I'm going to speak from the desire part. The desire was that you conduct yourself like T'Challa, that you conduct yourself like Black Panther, that you conduct yourself, move to a degree like Chadwick Boseman. Well, you don't need Marvel for that. You never did. What you needed was an ignition, a starter, if you will. You got it. You got a great starter. You got a great actor, and you got a great character. Well, it's time to move on. Time to move on. And in doing so, you'll see that character get recast sooner than later, because they will understand that kings and queens don't beg peasants for nothing. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Listen, I'm out. Click, like, share, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it did what it was supposed to do. You got complaints, you got concerns going forward in regards to Marvel Comics, Marvel Entertainment at CB Sabolski. Ain't no need in talking to anybody else, because you're not going to get them answers necessarily from anybody else. Anyway, that's my time. I'm out. Thank y'all so much. Congratulations once again to the Kansas City Chiefs on becoming Super Bowl champions. Congratulations to the San Francisco 49ers on having a great season. Hey, everybody can't win, but can't nobody say y'all got blowed out either. So click, like, share, subscribe. That's my time. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Peace.